So Shruti, you know the drill. Just
Mhm.
take us through your journey. What did you do? Your education. Um, when did you start applying?
Yeah.
Most important is what were some of your experiences during the interview process.
Yeah.
What can you share with us regarding the interview? Not just questions, it's not like questions will get repeated, but just go through the interview process. And when did you start your job again?
Uh, a month back.
Wow, it's already a month.
Yeah.
Okay. So in this month of what you have been doing, what you have learned here, is that helping you in your job right now? So those things. Just focus more on
Okay.
interview process and the 1 month of your job experience. What is happening, and then we'll go from there. Okay.
Sure, sure, sure. So, to begin with, I was looking around for a transition. I was working somewhere else. To begin with, I am a physician from India and shifted to USA for a couple of reasons. But I was looking for a job opportunity, and not I was not able to continue being a physician, the MLE and everything. So I was looking for alternatives. I did something else other than being a doctor, but was not satisfied. And then when I started looking for something that I could, my being a doctor or a physician knowledge could help me, and that is when Doctor I got to know about pharmacovigilance, that is drug safety. So I started looking around, and I was a luckily I would say, I don't know still how I met Dr. Pitti, but he introduced me to drug safety or pharmacovigilance, and then I attended this webinar one day, and I was really drawn towards it. And the way he was so confident explaining about the program and post program, that everything about the job placement and interviews and everything will be provided, help will be provided throughout. I believed in him completely and went in with the process. Whatever he said, I've just been blindly following that, be it from day one, like how he said in the LMS, just read those LMSs, those important ones, and do your Argus, but first be thorough with your LMS. I still remember when I was done with the LMS, I used to just listen to all the lectures. The lectures are there in the with Dr. Pitti, as well as few lectures are there with other mentors as well. But so I used to listen to all of these in a loop in everyone's what do you say, language. So just getting acquainted to what they are trying to say. Initially it is a little difficult to contemplate, but slowly, as in many times we start listening, and then start applying those things become easy. So initially, I don't know in what time frame you guys are, but give it time, and whatever he's saying, just stick to that, because he has a lot of knowledge and he knows how things go. So just stick to what he's saying. If he's saying do right now, just do this 1 hour, 2 hour, whatever, stick to that. When the interviews will come, when the resume preparation will come, he will guide you completely and thoroughly. So just be the Arjun and let him be the Krishna, and just follow him, I would say. And that's helped me, that's why I'm saying that. And yeah, and he might be blunt at times, but he's saying everything for your in your interest. And LMS is one thing that should be your guide, your bible and everything. If you don't understand anything, just go back and just listen to it. Things get clear the second or the third time when you start listening to the LMS. And trust me, by the third fourth time you will just 2x it and listen to it. Make notes, because at the time of interviews your notes help you a lot. And the many times you listen to the LMSs, you get questions and you answer your questions, and there you are. When you start getting questions, you are understanding your LMS. Okay, interview part. So yes, once you're done with everything, certification and everything, you will he'll help you in making your resume, as in what all you have learned, to put that in the resume. And then you are out. And when he says keep applying, that means keep applying. It doesn't hurt to apply. I remember I had a few interviews. In spite of that, I was applying, because you never know, something better might come up. So when he's saying keep applying, just keep applying. And when you get the interview calls, trust me, you will message or you will call Dr. Pitti. He will be there. He will help you. And whatever he's saying in those interviews, like how to plan the interviews, how much time you should keep between the interviews, like from a recruiter call to a hiring managers, the time frame and everything before the interview preparations. So everything, I would say, every hand holding is being done by Dr. Pitti. So don't worry. Once you are done with your LMS, the thorough guidance will be given, and in the interviews as well, whatever questions, how to I mean, from your appearance in the interview to the questions to everything. So just trust him. Go by whatever he's saying. You are in good hands, and I'm saying by experience. So luckily, it was my first interview. It was my first job placement. I I wouldn't say I've been lucky. I've been in good hands. So yes, you guys are in good hands. So just stick to what he's saying and how he's telling you to do whatever he's telling you to do. Just stick to that, and you don't have to use a lot of your own brains. Just stick to what he's saying. I think I've repeated that a lot.
Shruti, it looks like I'm paying you to do this.
No, sir, I literally mean everything because, see, sir, I was not available like 3 4 months. I took a gap for 3 4 months, but when I came back and I said, see, I had stopped here and I want to start from here, he didn't get mad at me or anything. He just completely said that, this is, it's about guidance, I would say. We are here for guidance and he's a good guide. So just stick to that, I would say.
So, how many interviews did you have?
Sir, doctor, sir, I have had just one interview and I got the job there.
So, what was one of the things that you had to overcome to get through the interview?
Uh,
Some challenge that you had, and how did you overcome it?
Sorry?
What was the one of the challenge that you can remember
Uh-huh.
that you had to face in the interview, and how did you overcome it?
In the interview, see, this was also this was the first time I am doing this drug safety job. So initially, you have a lot of questions as to what kind of questions will be coming to the interviews, and what will they be asking in your interviews. So all that is given in the LMS where the interview preparation and everything is given. So just listen to those questions and prepare your own answers and you'll be good.
Awesome. My last question is this.
Yeah.
Some of the folks on this call might have already tuned off because you said, I'm a physician, I'm a medical doctor, I'm coming into drug safety.
Uh-huh.
Now, let us say you're not a physician. Let us say you did MSc, I mean, BSc in microbiology.
Uh-huh.
I'm not saying that is the least. I'm just picking a random example. Let's say you did BSc in biology.
Yeah.
With the modules that you have gone through and the interview that you have gone through, do you think that person with BSc in microbiology or biology would get this job?
Definitely. I would say it will be better if you're not a physician and you want to do this job because you have to unlearn a lot of things to do this job. You don't need, when you are starting in this job, definitely, you don't need that much, you don't need an MD or a MBBS or a dental degree. You can very well work with this guidance and knowing the LMS in and out. You can very well work in drug safety and pharmacovigilance. You don't need an MD or an MBBS degree.
So my
Definitely.
last question is this before I open the floor for anyone who has questions, please come up with any questions you guys
Mhm.
have. Um, in the 1 month of you going into
Hmm.
this company, what is your day-to-day life? Like, I mean, I know it's training, training, training. I can
Yeah.
get that. But apart from training, what can you share with us?
Uh, right now, I have started with my training. The training is still going on. So it's very much when I don't know, you guys have been doing the argus or not, but everything is like you will get cases and you will be asked to do the data entry for those cases. So initially I am doing that only, and just how Dr. Pitti teaches the Argus system, what you're entering in the Argus system from general tab, going to the patient tab, to the event tab, the product tab. So exactly the same thing. So you get a source document, you read everything. You have been trained how to read, how to do the MEDRA coding, the WHO, DD coding and everything, and you just enter everything. How to enter, what to enter is what you've been taught in the LMS. So exactly that you will be doing. Exactly that is what I'm doing initially. Maybe I'll progress and I'll start doing the later workflow state. So right now I'm doing the data entry.
Awesome. Guys, that's all. Thank you, Shruti. Guys, any questions, please feel free to ask.
Hey Shruti, this is Niharika.
Hi.
How many jobs have you applied for during the process, and what is the title of the role you were placed into? And also, I want to know if there are any specific questions that stood out during your interview process that will help us.
Yeah, so I have applied for a lot of jobs. So I was in the applying phase since I think December. I've been applying since December, January, and eventually in February, March, I got placed. The interview and everything started. So I would say I have applied anything that says drug safety. It doesn't matter what is the experience they're asking for, how many, whatever what they're asking. It didn't matter to me. I just went on all the job portals, and wherever I saw drug safety, pharmacovigilance, I've just applied for those jobs. So I would say I have applied for a lot of jobs, and that is I many you get approached for a lot of things, but you will reach to an interview for a specific number only. I don't know I care how to put it, but you apply for like agar 100 jobs, so you will be approached for 10 and you will get one interview. So in my case that has been the ratio. But yeah. And what was your next question?
So, what is the title of your role?
Drug safety associate.
And any questions from your interview?
Yeah, so basically all your interviews, they are, you have a step of interviews. So first will be your will be with your with the manager, then it will go with the other people, the other team interviews. And also initially, so the questions are the same. So basically like the questions is like, tell me something about yourself to begin with, and about your past, and what have you done, your qualification so far. After that, the questions are like, if you're in an entry, do have you had any, you have worked in any similar kind of in the past? If not, then what do you know about this field, and why do you want to come to drug safety? So questions like that.
Thank you.
Hi, Shruti.
Hey.
Oh, sorry, go ahead. Hi, Shruti. Were you able to answer all the questions in the interview?
Yeah, fortunately, yes.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Interviews are not viva. It's not your college anymore. You don't need to answer all questions. You just need, my professor used to say this, I keep mentioning the same joke again and again. In interviews, have oral diarrhea, then oral constipation. Just talk something.
Yeah.
Don't go for ideal thing. You're not like it's black and white all the time. If you know the story, if you saw the movie, and if they ask you something, just speak, just start speaking. You will be okay.
Yeah, I would say before going to the interview, just talk to yourself in the mirror. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
Hi, Dr. Shruti. Congratulations. My name is Urvi. I just have one question.
Thank you.
What is the biggest challenge you're finding right now during the training?
During the training, biggest challenge would be initially you are expected to like you, when you start doing the case processing, you definitely take a little more time, but with time you start building the skill, and things become easier. So initially it is only the anxiety, that's it, I would say. Otherwise nothing. The LMS has prepared you so well. You know all the day in and day out language, you know the system, you know what you're doing. While you have been learning about the LMS, it's not that difficult to do. Definitely not.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Hey Shruti, I have a question.
Hi.
Congratulations on your job. But I had a question. How many cases a day do you, or how many data entries a day do you do?
Right now, that won't be the ideal answer because I've just started doing them. But anything from during the training time, it takes time because you are being, you do the cases, then somebody's QCing them, then they are telling you that what and where, what you're supposed to do. But to begin with, I would say 10, and then eventually you will start doing them faster. So when I started, even in the training period, 7 was my, I could do 7 in a day. Then in 7.5 hours of uh, hours of the work, and then slowly I have stepped up to 10 to 12 now, and it depends, like with time you get better.
Thank you.
And again, Drishti, good question. Don't prototype like, oh, drug safety is all about what she's saying. Her company, her job title, where the company is right now in their drug development process, they're utilizing her skills to do that. So if you go to a different company and with a different product pipeline, and your role might be very different from what she's doing. So you might completely be in submissions, which has nothing to do with data entry. You see what I mean?
Hmm. And also it depends from what kind of cases you are doing. So if there's a lot of information given in one case, it will take more time. If there's very little, so it depends. If you're doing serious cases, non-serious cases, things are different in each scenario.
Awesome. Any other questions, guys?
Hey, Dr. Shruti, I had a quick question. So when I know you got the job 1 month back, you said you started applying in January this year or December end of last year. When did you actually take the pharmacovigilance class?
Actually, I took a break in between because I had to make a quick uh, uh, I had to travel. Yeah, I had to travel, so I had to take a break. So in June, I started my training with Dr. Pitti in June last year.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Awesome. All right, guys. We'll end the call at this point. We're almost over the hour. But again, thank you, Shruti, for coming on the call. We wish you the best. And
Thank you so much.
guys, I'll see you guys next week, Tuesday. For folks who are joining us next Tuesday, please look at your email tomorrow. You should have all the class calendars. You should have all the class Zoom links. Once you have a class on Thursday, join the class. Some of you will be joining us next week. So just look at your emails. That's all I can say right now. Okay? Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank